Hey everyone, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday, and just gonna show you some of the new releases and reissues that came out on vinyl today. Just some small fraction of those. There's a lot to get through, but yeah. Anyway, I always start out with picks of the week, and I know it's a big Metallica week. We'll get to that, but I don't want these other great releases to slip through the cracks. So I just wanted to feature for you. First up, Low, Hey What? This is on Sub Pop, and this is their 13th full-length release in 27 years. Low is a duo that started in an indie rock band kind of thing from Duluth, Minnesota in 1993. And so they've always kind of focused on their craft to not be influenced by what everyone else in indie rock is doing. And they come up with these soundscapes and walls of sound that end up being, for lack of a better word, they're like hymns. And they have this very familiar, beautiful harmony sound between both of them being Alan Sparhawk and Mimi Parker. They were the founders of Low. But anyway, this sound, this big sound of theirs, it kind of climbs to these layers of distorted sound that goes then through like building and breaking and really big to then really pulled back and then sometimes barely a whisper. So they really create an amazing vibe, and it is a real album that you can kind of sink into. If you like this sort of thing, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful record. This is through Sub Pop, and it is the Loser edition. Here is what we've got, and the Loser edition happens to be on crystal clear colored vinyl. The Loser editions are always limited and exclusive to indie retailers, so we have them. And you can get it now, and I don't know how limited they are, but anyway, this one's worth your time and trouble. Just wanted to feature that one for you. Okay, so that one was Low. Next up, believe it or not, here's the new record from Modest Mouse. This is called The Golden Casket, and this is through Epic. Now, Modest Mouse have been kicking around for a long time. They're a Grammy-nominated, multi-platinum selling band, but they've always really kind of laid under the radar in this, like, indie, like, not mainstream, not, even though they've had so much success, a lot of people don't really know who they are, which is crazy. But anyway, this is their 7th studio release since 2015's Stranger to Ourselves. This is 12 brand new tracks. They were produced with Dave Sardi and Jack Knifley in Los Angeles, and I think mixed at the Modest Mouse studio in Portland. On this album, you got your frontman Isaac Brock, who is, well, he's pretty much the guy from Modest Mouse. And anyway, he's exploring themes that range from crazy stuff like the degradation of psychic landscapes and invisible technology all the way through to fatherhood. So he is, got one foot in outer space and one foot on the ground here on Earth. So it's really great. But anyway, I always enjoy Modest Mouse, and this one didn't disappoint. There's a black vinyl for this one, or you can see here is where it tells you on the sticker. Like, for example, the regular one, it'll just say black vinyl here. I'm just telling you this in case you come in the store and you don't quite know how to navigate, how to find these things. The deluxe here is colored vinyl, sky blue with white, and that's this one. Or black, you can get either way you want if you don't care about that kind of stuff so much. But the deluxe one feels a lot heavier to me too. But anyway, that's another one for you to sink your teeth into if you want something new from Modest Mouse. It's here for you now. Okay, so we got a stack here. Let's get through it. I got things to tell you. This one is A Place to Bury Strangers. This is called Hologram. This is on the Dead Strange label. This is a New York trio that they kind of have their foot somewhere in between post-punk and shoegaze. The guy, Oliver Ackerman, is their kind of front man. He was actually also the founder of Death by Audio, which is a company that builds a line of custom guitar pedals. And in the past, their albums can be a bit, they're staying at the party too long. And people tend to think maybe this guy is more into special effects than he is into songwriting. But they're kind of bringing that around on this album, and it's much more accessible. And you might find that if you were getting a little antsy with, too much material that keeps dragging on some of their previous records, you might like this, okay? So this one comes on neon orange or red translucent and blue. And I believe here's the orange sticker. This one, it's red, but it's the red translucent and blue vinyl on that one. So you can get that either way. Also, here, this is in blue and this is in orange. So I guess that's another key to help you figure that out. Okay, the next is Amal and the Sniffers. This is the self-titled one. This is through ATO, and this is their debut album, back repressed on gold vinyl. They're an Australian garage punk outfit from Melbourne. And anyway, this is an album that did very well, so it's brought back now, gold, pressed on gold, repressed. And also, we have the new studio album from Amal and the Sniffers, and this one is called Comfort to Me, and this is also through ATO, their second LP, and it was all recorded during quarantine and where they all lived in the same house, and just kind of kept that real DIY raw edge, out in the shed, knocking around music. That's what they're loved for. So anyway, this one here is on what they're calling Romer red vinyl. Looks like this color, very primary colored red. Anyway, that is their new one, and you can get that one now too. Okay. Next up, this is Andrew WK, God is Partying. This one is through Napalm Records. It's his 5th full length. And it's like, another kind of soundtrack that celebrates the intensity of life. This guy has had a lot of popularity over time. I think his debut record came out in 2001. So he's been knocking around for a good 20 years and had a lot of success. But anyway, this one comes to you on turquoise colored vinyl. And there you go. The back picture is kind of funny too. Okay. Then we have the reissue. This is Andrea Bocelli, and this is Concerto 1. It's, I think live in Central Park, Concerto, One Night in Central Park. Okay, so this is LP plus a DVD in here, and it's through Verve. And this is the 10th anniversary of this show. It's been remastered from the original tapes. This is actually one of the best-selling live LPs of all time. It has guests on it: Celine Dion, Tony Bennett, David Foster, and more. But anyway, I guess it was a dream of Andrea Bocelli to be able to play in Central Park, and this is when he achieved that. So you've got the DVD in here too if you want to watch that performance as well. Okay, then we have, all right, Chet Faker, Hotel Surrender. This is a picture disc through BMG Rights Management on Australia. This is the 2nd full-length release. It was self-produced, which kind of really lends to the organic feel of this one. It's, Chet Faker is kind of like a electronic pop, indie alt, really laid back stuff. But anyway, here you got it on a picture disc, and that's what that looks like, okay? But then you can also get it on regular vinyl if you feel so inclined, okay? Then we have Elvis Costello. Okay, this is this year's model. It's like the 10th anniversary? No, it's more than that. Okay, originally released in 1978. I guess it's like not quite a big anniversary, but anyway, they're being reissued. So you've got your choice here of 3 different variants of this. You've got the original, okay, this year's model. This is like such a great record. Okay, as I said, it originally came out in 1978. This is the 2021 remaster. There's 2 U.S. bonus tracks that have been added to this: Radio, and Big Tears, all sourced from the original analog masters, okay? So if that wasn't great enough, you can also get it in Spanish. And what this is, though, it's not Elvis singing in Spanish. They have like a, put together like this whole roster of the biggest Latin rock and pop artists covering songs from, covering the songs of this year's model, but singing in Spanish. So they're all here. I admittedly don't know a lot of these people, but listened to it, and it is interesting to hear these songs sung in Spanish. So I think that'll do well. Now, if you're like the person that wants everything, it also comes housed in a gatefold, 2 LPs where you get the Spanish and the original Elvis Costello album housed together in one with in a gatefold. So you can get it that way too, which is kind of great. Let's see then. Okay, this one is, Demon. Night of the Demon. This is also a picture disc, as you can see. This one is on the label. It's called Spaced Out Music. This is their classic debut from 1981. It has never been on the picture disc format before, but you can get it that way now, okay? Then also, there is Demon, Unexpected Guest, and this is on 180-gram blue vinyl. This was originally released in 1982. It's been completely remixed to add more bass end and body. So they're saying it sounds like it should have sounded when it first came out. So that's like kind of got their stamp of approval for that. Okay. Then we have, let's see. This is Fontaines DC. This is Televised Mind, the single Televised Mind. It's the Dave Clark remix on Partisan Records. Now, Dave Clark is a techno producer who was a fan of Fontaines DC, and they kind of found out through Instagram, of course, that where everybody gets all their news, that Dave Clark liked the band, so they sent him some stuff, and then they subsequently worked out this like remix for Televised Mind. So it's on its white label 12-inch, and you can get that now too. It's probably pretty good. Okay, next up, this one is, I think my stuff got a little bit out of order. Yeah, it did. Okay, so John Glaser's Shiloh, Lost for Words on yellow vinyl. This is, she's an East London rapper, John Glaser, and she writes in this very personal narrative that, the way that makes you feel like it should be really being just said to one person, and doesn't feel like it's being said to a group. It's very personal, one-on-one type style that she raps in. Okay, so that's this one now too. This is Amy Grant, Heart in Motion. Amy Grant, this is on the Amy Grant label too. This is the record that launched her out of being just like, Christian rock and into mainstream pop. I think the big hit on this was called Baby Baby. And so anyway, but it's newly remastered as well. So Amy Grant, back in the fray. All right, this is Guar, Scumdogs XXX. What is that, Scumdogs 30? Or just XXX, like triple X? I'm not sure how they mean that. But anyway, it's live. This is on Pit Records, and this is their 2020 live stream event that they did. And this is recorded, and this is there's 2 LPs of this. How much Guar can you really listen to? But this was like shot in an empty crack house in Richmond, Virginia, and the thing about it had old Guar characters and Scumdogs of the Universe era villains made surprise cameo appearances on this. And I believe there's a DVD as well. But anyway, this is on double vinyl, blue vinyl, and you can get it on cassette if you want that too. Okay? All right. Then this one here is Home Shake. This is Under the Weather, and it's on gray vinyl. Home Shake is actually This is on the Cinderland label, if you are interested in that. Pete Seeger, he was the touring guitarist for Mac DeMarco, and he's made solo albums under this moniker of Home Shake. And I guess even before the pandemic, he was already kind of in, kind of a bit of, I don't know, depression, and he was staying in, he wasn't going out, he was already like very much isolating himself. And then, of course, the pandemic forced that through to the end. But he had most of this recorded even before the pandemic started. So in a way, I guess, kind of shot himself in the foot there with an extra long time of being isolated. But maybe it's good for him. And I think that he's made about 5 records, I want to say. Yeah, anyway, this is like if you've heard his stuff before, it's very, it's another one of those crybaby albums, that we've talked about before. It's kind of just like this reflection on, making a career out of misery. Okay, let's just say that. Gray vinyl for this one. Okay, now the next up, this is Idols. And this is a reissue of Joy as an Act of Resistance. This is on the Partisan label, and this is limited edition magenta vinyl for this one. This is the second studio album. They're a British rock band, and it originally came out in 2018, so it hasn't been out of print and back into print. It hasn't been that long, but anyway, they had a lot of success with their first record that was Brutalism. And I guess when they were recording this one, the second one, they were trying to recapture that and sustain that momentum. So they were trying to make Brutalism again. So it's just more of that, it's like, heavy rock punk kind of sound. And I like Idols very much. And so nice to see this back in print. I think that a lot of people will be happy to be able to get that on vinyl again now. This one is also really good this week. This is Caro Bonito, Civilization. And this one also is on clear cassette. Is that a clear cassette? Yeah, clear cassette. Or here you go with the vinyl. Is that any kind of, this is metallic gold vinyl. So here's your metallic gold sticker to indicate that, I suppose. Okay, this is through Polyvinyl. And this is just, it's a 6-track EP. It's like, mini album. So Caro Bonito is bilingual Anglo-Japanese singer Sarah and producers Gus and Jamie. So they've very much been in like the college radio kind of genre, if that is a genre, but kind of digging deep indie, I would say. But anyway, this is a little more accessible because they have kind of drawn on influences of 80s icons like Kate Bush, David Sylvian from Japan, and Peter Gabriel, and sort of taken from that to just be influenced by that and try something new. So anyway, I really liked this. I thought it was really good, and in their typical style, they make everything very happy and pleasant, though. Okay, next up, this is a whopper of a release because, what is it with King Gizzard? I mean, wow, these guys, very productive, but this is on the King Gizzard Lizard Wizard label, okay? This is their 18th studio album. It's called Butterfly. And I'm not showing it to you yet because there's like a mouthful about this first. Okay, it's 10 songs. It's, very much full of synths and dream pop kind of influence there. It's very accessible, very jubilant record. There are 11 vinyl variants, which is why I'm not showing it to you just yet. But so in addition to the English printed one, there are different languages. Each record also is just a lucky dip of either what they call caterpillar red, chrysalis yellow, or butterfly blue. So primary colors, your vinyl, it's just, you don't know what you're going to get. So I'm going to go through with you what the printed labels and colors are. We don't know what the color is. But okay, so first up, this one here is the Dutch one. And you can see that, okay? And it's Butterfly 3000 is actually the name of it, so I guess that's this. Anyway, this is what it looks like when it's Dutch. Out of the bag, I think that the gatefolds all look the same, and it's just this and this. Now we could be like real crafty and go ahead and look at the colored vinyl, but I don't think that's very fair to the people that buy these. So I'm thinking what we might go ahead and do is try to put these in plastic, even though they come in this bag. I just think that, you know, just to try to keep it nicer. Anyway, there's the Dutch one. All right. Next up, we've got, here's the English one. This is in English. Okay, Butterfly 3000. Same thing otherwise than that, but who knows what color the vinyl is. Then we have it in French. That's this one. All right, then we have it in German. That's this one. And this one is Hindi. And I guess these different languages apart from English are all pretty limited editions. So, you know, it just depends on how into King Giz you are in collecting them. There's just like a million records, and, you know, I know that there are, you know, hardcore collector fans, but what was it? One year they came out with like 4 albums in a year. It's just, I can't keep up with them. My goodness. Okay, this one is the Japanese one. Okay. This one is Mandarin. And this one is Russian. All right, this one is Spanish. And this one is Thai. And lastly, the 11th one is Turkish. Okay? All right, so there you go. And the vinyl colors, again, are either going to be the primary colors of red, yellow, or blue. Okay. And next up we have, this is also another reissue. This is through Needle Juice Records. This is King Gizzard, and this is Demos Volume 1 and 2. So 2 LPs. This is a collection of demos spanning from the time period of 2017 to 2020. You can get that now. Then this one, we've seen it before, but here it is again. Polygon Wonderland. No, that's not. This one is Polygon Wonderland. Sorry. This one now, this time around, is on green vinyl. Yeah, 180 gram green, cloudy green vinyl. Okay. And this one, it's their 12th studio album. So back at you again. Now this one, okay, is Teenage Gizzard. This one is on blue vinyl. This is a collection of early non-singles and rarities from the 2010-2011 period. That was even before their debut record. So we've had this before, but here it is again on blue vinyl variant, okay? All right, next up, this is K.D. Lang, Angel with a Lariat, through Warner Brothers. This was her second LP, and it was from 1987. And it was actually the first release outside of Canada, and it was produced by Dave Edmunds, who was, you know, in Rockpile with Nick Lowe, and he went on to have like success of his own, but interesting that he had produced that back then. Okay, now this is Leatherface Mush. This is on Call of the Void. It's the third LP from one of the greatest UK punk bands that there is, and this includes a bonus track by a download. It was originally released in 1991. It's on white vinyl, and it's the definitive album, the last punk band that mattered at all. Oh, okay, that's great. That's what they're calling them. The last punk band that mattered. So yeah, remastered with bonus tracks. Oh, this one is saying tracks as in not singular track. So, but anyway, available through the download. Limited edition, white vinyl, remastered LP, and high quality download. So, Leatherface, there you go. Okay, so now we're going to get to Metallica. And the band is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Black Album. That is just Metallica. And this is their 5th album, and it was wildly successful for them. But anyway, they're reissuing this, which has been remastered on 180 gram. And it's this is a double. It's okay, 3 tracks per side. There are CD versions available too, but we're talking about vinyl today. So anyway, there also comes in this big whopping box. I'm just going to show you what the box looks like, because we're not going to open these, because this is how, you know, it's part of the joy of purchasing something big like this. But anyway, that's what it looks like. What is housed in here? Okay, this thing is it's a limited edition deluxe numbered box set with a magnetic flap. And it's got Metallica remastered. It includes the album remastered on that 180 gram double LP and CD. It's got the Sad But True picture disc, 3 live LPs, 14 CDs, and 6 DVDs, featuring unreleased content like live shows, rough mixes, demos, etc. There's an MP3 download card for all audio in here, 4 tour laminates, a lanyard, 3 lithos, 3 guitar picks, a lyric folder and sheets, and a 120-page hardcover book with never before seen photos and stories from those who were there. So, okay, celebrate the Black Album your own way. You can get it in the double disc or the big box from us here. And of course, if you haven't entered for the giveaway, we're doing prize pack giveaways, and that'll include things like a t-shirt and a slip mat and the LP or a 3 CD box set. So watch the previous video. It tells you how to do it. We'll draw for it next Friday, and that'll be that, okay? So there you go. Metallica back at it with their... hard to believe that that's 30 years from that album being released. Wow. Okay, this is Casey Musgraves. This is called Star-Crossed, and this is MCA Nashville Interscope. This is what they're calling surprise colored vinyl. There are 3 variants, and you just don't know which one you're going to get, because they don't have them like barcoded differently or labeled differently. It's just surprise, okay? And I don't even know what the variants of color are. That's not even listed of what it could be. But anyway, this is more very bold, empowering, and personal songwriting from her. It's her 5th studio LP. It's kind of a chronicle of marriage all the way through to divorce. It's basically a divorce album. And it's the kind of good thing about her great songwriting is that it's not like a pointing fingers kind of an album. It's just kind of reads like a, I don't know, like a little coaching for people that might be going through the same thing. So anyway, like again, they all look the same, but the vinyl is going to be a surprise, whatever. There's three different ways that it comes, okay? Just wanted to also, and you know what? That also comes on this translucent pink cassette, if you want cassette for that, okay? Forgot to mention to you, too, that last week when we had that Church's Screen Violence vinyl, now we've got the cassette for that, too. And Metallica also, we've got the cassette for that as well. Now, you may remember when a few weeks now, or months maybe past, we had got this nice opportunity to bring you the My Morning Jacket at Dawn through Darla Records, and on these colored variants that were pretty rare. And they've, all since sold out. But the nice thing is that they've released them now with 2 new color variants, the same record, only 1,000 each. But we do have those from our good friends at Darla. They allowed us to get some more. We've got, either 2 variants. One is clear with like gold swirl in it, which is, really a beautiful thing. But these are all just limited to 1,000 copies. And the other one, which they are calling transparent orange with red and black swirl. And that really kind of goes nicely with the album cover. As you can see, the colors are the same. But anyway, super excited to get more of those. So if you were not able to get that the last time around in the opaque orange or translucent orange And I think even Darla had them with clear with orange. But anyway, so now you can get clear and gold and black, red, orange swirl. Okay, wonderful thing. All right, this is the Nerves, and this is One Way Ticket on clear purple vinyl. This is through Alive Records. They're American power pop trio. And actually, they are the ones that wrote that song "Hanging on the Telephone" that was popularized by Blondie and picked up and was a pretty big hit for them. This is from 1976. It's an EP. It's also got demos and previously unreleased stuff on it too. All right, this one, Teddy Pendergrass, Duets, Love and Soul on gold vinyl. And this is Golden Lane. I guess this is an odd thing. It's 12 studio tracks recorded as those posthumous duets. Kind of just, if you remember back when they did the Natalie Cole, Nat King Cole, and sort of, immersed them together to make that record. This is the same kind of thing with different people. It's got people like Martha Reeves on here, Rose Royce, the Stylistics, the Ohio Players, Shuggie Otis and the Stylistics, actually. Wow. And Angie Stone does Love TKO, which is just an amazing Teddy Pendergrass hit. But anyway, it's all done in that kind of weird posthumous duet style. So I don't know how that's going to be. We'll see. This one is Sarok, Sharecropper's Daughter. This is on Rhymesayers. It's gold, black, and white vinyl featuring... the featured guest on this one is the late M.F. Doom. And very thought-provoking, razor-sharp lyrics is kind of what she's known for. So there is that. This is the soundtrack cast to Smokey and the Bandit through Varice. This is available on vinyl for the first time in 25 years. So that's there for you now, too. This is a reissue of Spiritualized Ladies and Gentlemen. We Are Floating in Space. This is on 2 LPs on blue vinyl through Fat Possum Records. It was their third studio album in 1997, and it features appearances from the Batanisco Quartet. I know I'm not saying that right. The London Community Gospel Choir and Dr. John. So those are the guests that are on this. Spiritualized, stoner rock at its finest, right? Very spaced out. All right, this is Super Furry Animals Rings Around the World. It's the 20th anniversary of this 5th studio album. This is a Welsh quintet. This has been remastered and expanded. Super Furry Animals just run the gamut of all kinds of different genres and areas. It's pop, rock, prog, punk, jungle, electronica, techno. They've all got it mixed around in there. They're a fun band. But anyway, yeah, you can get this back again on that 20th anniversary of that. Okay, this is UFO. Force It, and let's see, this is on deluxe clear vinyl and in a gatefold now. It's been expanded to 2 LPs through Chrysalis, and this is digitally remastered and expanded and includes there was a live set that they did at the record plant and a bonus track called A Million Miles. Neither one of those things have ever been available on vinyl before, so that is now. This was their 4th studio album, originally from 1975. All right, this one is the Vaccines, Back in Love City, and this is on the Super Easy label. This is just escapism as a necessary part of modern living, and you can get that on LP here or cassette. All right, we got that way too. Okay, this one, I think I remember when we talked about volume 1 of this, but this is Vinyl Series volume 2. The Island Records reggae stuff through Island. But anyway, this is just more hand-picked tracks from Island's very legendary history. They kind of started with that sort of reggae genre and moved through to now. Gosh, they've got all kinds of people on their label. But anyway, This has people like Cat Stevens, Nick Drake, John Martin, Richard and Linda Thompson, Free, Traffic, Jimmy Cliff, the Heptones, and Toots and the Maytals. So that's a pretty good one. All right, and this is Rufus Wainwright, Unfollow the Rules. This is the Paramore session. Now, Unfollow the Rules was his last album from 2020, but this one here, it's through BMG Rights Management, and it's recorded live in a beautiful ballroom at the famed Paramore Mansion in Los Angeles. And it features songs from that record, as well as some of his other stuff. So it has that real big room sound. It's a really kind of big room sound, but an intimate sounding record, because he's right there. It's just very close and intimate. So that's available for you now too. Okay, guys, this is we're rounding it up here. This is Hayley Williams, Flowers for Vases, and Descansos. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Okay, it's on Atlantic. She's the lead singer for Paramore. This is her second solo LP, actually. And it was written and performed entirely by her, which was a first for her. So stepping out of her comfort zone, and recorded at her home in Nashville. It looks like there's two. I've got clear vinyl and black vinyl. And again, it will say it right here, black vinyl, or this one says exclusive clear vinyl. So again, if you're coming in and you're looking for it, that is how you find out which one. All right, and then lastly here, finally, we have Wombo, Quiche Mountain. This is a pink cassette, and very much like a kaleidoscopic journey, melting pot of influences kind of stuff. I guess if you know who that is. All right, boy, that was a mouthful there. I hope you found something that you're interested in, and we hope to see you come on in, and hopefully you'll have, some wherewithal to go ahead and enter our prize pack Metallica drawing that we'll be doing next Friday on Fresh Catch here. So, if you... please subscribe. It's part of entering. I need you to be subscribed to YouTube and to follow us on Instagram. But if you watch the previous installment, you'll see how to enter if you're interested in that. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.